today's lesson, we're going to look at the 5 positions of the caged system, along with breaking down the specific mode scale patterns that work hand in hand with each position. As I've said in previous lessons, these 5 mode scale patterns gives us the ability to solo up and down the fretboard in any key with confidence. I really believe that associating these patterns with the caged positions will give you even more tools to work with when learning and improvising guitar solos. So grab your guitar and let's get into it. So real quickly, let's go over the caged positions. Maybe you already know about the caged positions. Maybe you're very knowledgeable on the caged system. For me, it's a little bit new. I've only learned about the caged system in the last couple of years. So I'm just gonna go through it real quickly. And we're gonna start with the E position. And that looks like this open E chord right here. It's like if you were to bar the open strings with your index finger, and then you were to slide that up. That is the E position in the caged system. Next thing we have is the D position, and here's your open D chord. So if you were to play an open D chord like this and bar the open strings, it would look like that right there. But for me, I don't want to do that stretch, so I'm just going to play basically a D sus2 chord. It's going to look like that. So whenever I slide it up the neck, because I'm not adding this note. Now if I wanted to, I could just play these bottom 3 strings and I would have it that way. So we've got E, D, now we're starting over with C. So your C position would be, here's your C open chord. And we're going to play with our pinky here, and we're going to make it look like this. And this is a big stretch. In the beginning, when I first started learning this caged system, I realized that I was using these concepts for many, many years. I just didn't have a name for it, but also I never did these kinds of chords as far as the full chord. I just did like parts of the chords. So anyway, that's what it would look like if you were to play like that. And of course you could slide it up. And that's what the C position looks like. So now we're going with the A position. A position is pretty simple. You got your A bar chord here, but we're going to play like we're playing it with this finger and barring right here. And we're just going to slide it up. So it's just a simple bar chord. And that's what it looks like. That's your A position. Now your G position, here's your G open chord. Again, I'm going to play the pinky and make it look something like this. I'm not going to play the bottom string. And if I was going to bar these strings like this, that's kind of what that would look like. I would never play a G chord like that, ever. So what I would do is I would bring this, slide this up. And let's just say I was going to play right here. I would play like this. I'm pretty much hitting these 3 notes, this note, and that note. And what I really would do would be mute that note. It looks like something like that. So there you have it, the C, A, G, E, D, all the open chords and all the different caged positions. Now let's go ahead and talk about the key of A major. We're going to stick with the A major chord, and we're going to start with the E position. So it's going to look like this right here once again. And we're starting with this A note right here. Here's our A major bar chord. And the mode scale pattern that goes along with that, and that's why I'm starting on the E, because I want to start with the 1, which is the Ionian mode scale pattern. And that scale pattern simply looks like this right here. Next is D. Once again, it's going to look like this right here. I'm playing more of a D sus2. If you want to put this finger in there and make that stretch, more power to you. It's a little bit too much for me. But I'm going to do it just like this. And then This is going to be the number 2 note in your A major scale, and it's going to be the Dorian mode scale pattern. So here's your 1, here's your 2, and it looks like this. All right, so we've got our E position, we've got our D position. Next is going to be our C position. So the C position is going to be right here for your A note. And so it looks like this right here. And so this is going to be your 3, and it's going to be your Phrygian mode scale pattern. And your Phrygian mode scale pattern looks like this. All right, so we've got our E, we've got our D, we've got our C. Next thing is going to be our A. We're going to play our A right here. And this is going to be your Mixolydian mode scale pattern. And it looks like this. All right, we've got our E position, we've got our D position, we've got our C position, we've got our A position. Now all that's left is G. So our G position would be way up here. And again, you could play it like this. I would play it probably like this. But I'm going to go ahead for this example and play it right here. And I'm muting the 5th string, 4th fret right there. But you could play that note if you want to. So your 6 in any major scale is going to be your relative minor. And this is the scale pattern that goes along with your 6 called the Aeolian mode scale pattern. So we're going to start right here. And this is what that looks and sounds like. And again, that's your G position. So if you notice, all these positions and all these mode scale patterns, they fit together to where your fingers never have to move. No matter where you're at, you're right in perfect position. So once again, it's really important to understand that even though we're just playing these positions and playing one chord, which is your A major chord, we're still playing in the key of A major, and any major scale has 7 notes. So once again, in the key of A major, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 1. But our mode scale patterns, we're only using the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And that would be the same thing. This is for another lesson, but that would be the same thing as your A pentatonic major scale. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then back to 1. That's kind of what that would look like. Now I'd like to show you a chart that I put together, and feel free to screenshot it for future reference. This chart will give you a breakdown of all 5 of the caged keys and major scales. Once again, notice your caged positions. The E position is your 1 and uses the Ionian mode scale pattern. The D is your 2 and uses your Dorian mode scale pattern. The C is your 3 and uses your Phrygian mode scale pattern. The A is your 5 and uses the Mixolydian mode scale pattern. And the G is your 6 and uses the Aeolian mode scale pattern. So hey, if you're finding this lesson helpful, it would be great if you could hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. I really have enjoyed doing this lesson today, and I hope that you will use these strategies to take your lead guitar playing to a higher level. What I'm going to do now is just improvise over a backing track that's got a simple A major and then goes to an A sus4 and then back to A major. This backing track, which I'll leave a link in the description for it for you, and just jam to it a little bit, just to show you these different positions and how to move from pattern to pattern. So here we go. I've got another video that will take you a lot deeper in understanding how to use the mode scale patterns that we've talked about here today. So click the video on your screen or the one I'll link below. Keep rocking, and I'll see you in the next video.